want to talk about the manosphere in a meaningful way. These conversations surrounding this red pill ideology and Kevin Samuels is very telling of something that's going unaddressed. I feel like men have had arguments for a long time that have gone dismissed by women, but I also feel like there's a layer of pettiness and bitterness men have to let go of. As a man, I exist as I am without my wife. Whatever I do, this is my character. I'm not cheating because that's my character. I'm attentive and protective because that's my character. And there seems to be all these voices, but nobody's telling men how to be good at being in a relationship with a woman. They're good at telling you what to dodge and look out for. But once you're in it, they got nothing. Nothing of substance anyway. And please believe everything that they're talking about needs to be addressed. Men's concerns really do need a spotlight. But somebody has to tell these men that every woman is not out to get them. I think it's time for a more evolved conversation.
If a woman calls you or texts you, let the phone ring, or don't respond for 4 hours. Take a whole day to yourself and then get back to her. Be short with your responses. These are aspects of dread game. Making a woman become emotionally anxious because she's wondering where she stands in the romantic field with you. I don't advocate for dread game. The problem with dread game is that you're actually putting way more effort into getting her to like you than you are into your purpose. The same actions can be taken with different intentions behind them. You can have a girl messaging you and nothing going on in your life, and all you're doing is taking your time to emotionally manipulate her with dread, being toxic, as they say, taking your time to respond, but you're focused on when to respond to her. I've done some of these things, although they do yield good results. The problem is that you can't keep this up forever. The same results can come with following your purpose. For instance, if a woman I'm dating texts me and is looking for a response, I'm going to be busy throughout the day working on the things that will get me to where I want to be in life. I'm so focused on them. And when I get a minute, if I check my phone and I notice, oh, she texted me, she sent me a Snapchat, she's called me, I will then take the time to respond to her. Say she's saying, hey, how's it going? Or something insignificant in that regard. I'll message her back and say, hey, it's great, I'm just busy right now. I'll give you a call later tonight. Or, hey, I'm a little busy right now. Let's grab dinner. When are you free next? And then just leave it. She'll respond. I'll set up a date, because this thing is purely for setting up dates. It is not for getting to know someone. I spend very little time texting or calling a woman. I spend the majority of my time with her in person, because that leads to physical intimacy, leads to bonding, interacting, and enjoying my time. Because if I'm not working on my purpose, I better have a damn good excuse for not doing that.
One thing that you wish men understood better about women, what would it be?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Pick your damn clothes up off the floor.
What was that again? I couldn't hear.
Pick your damn clothes up off the floor.
Okay. Why can't women just remember to leave the damn toilet seat up?
You know, that's a great question. Goes both ways.
Okay. Okay. Women often talk about hormones influencing their emotions and behavior. Why are there some women who shame men for being horny when testosterone is a male hormone?
These interview questions seem super sexist, and I'm not going to continue this. Thanks so much, though.
Doesn't it go both ways, though?
They seem all pretty sexist. That's okay, though. Thank you so much.
Why are there some women who get grossed out and offended at dirty jokes, but they're willing to do those same dirty things in the bedroom?
I think it has a lot to do with they don't want to be put on Front Street right there and then. But behind closed doors.
Women should always text first. Guys, you have less opportunities than a woman when it comes to the number of people that you can have sex with. If you're reaching out to a woman, if you're constantly trying to figure out where you stand with her, and this is a sign of insecurity. A strong, confident man knows where he stands with women. If the woman can't appreciate who he is, then it's her loss. But ladies, you can say the same thing. You have a plentiful amount of options. Who you reach out to is going to be your number one choice. And for men, you may not have many choices. The way this dynamic works is, you've already gone out on a date, had a great time, maybe you hooked up, maybe you just made out, and you've gone home. Leave it at that. Men, go on with your life, focus on your purpose, meet other girls. Women, you're gonna have other options already. If you like this guy, you're gonna reach out to him. Guys, when you get that message, you're gonna need to set up a date and create another opportunity to seduce her. If you don't repeat that process, you're just gonna fall off the wagon. She's gonna lose interest and find someone else. Ladies, he doesn't figure out that you want to see him again. Don't waste your time trying to reel him in. If it hasn't happened after a day of messaging, just leave it.
You're tricks. That's what they look at. Look at men as tricks, bro.
Yeah.
Every girl right now look at men as trick. Even the term, you hear girls talk about this now. You hear girls talking about simping and tricking a lot. These are terms they never used to know about. Only strippers would know about this shit. And hoes, prostitutes.
Prostitutes.
There were only two girls. Now the normal women in modern society knows about tricks and simps. That's crazy. That means we're simping on a crazy level.
Does skin color matter to women? The reality is, everyone has personal preferences. Growing up as a brown kid in North America, I wasn't white, tall, if I didn't look like Tom Welling or Brad Pitt, that I wouldn't be able to get a girl. I let that narrative slow me down for a long time. I spent the first quarter century of my life without a single date, never kissing a girl, never being able to actually understand what it's like to enjoy a woman's company and presence. But that all changed when I finally realized that women are attracted to more than just the superficial elements. When I started working on myself, focusing on my goals, my dreams, and putting those things first, when I started not caring so much about the outcome when I asked a woman out, my success rate went up through the roof. Now, I don't dress like a slob, do my hair. This is called the gentleman's collection for a reason. Finding your style, finding your tribe, the type of people around you that you want to surround yourself with, these are important factors that will contribute to your overall success in life. So does race really matter? The answer is, to the wrong people, it does, and to the right people, it doesn't. Why you can't trust women. You've been burned, your woman's left you for another man. As men, we value physical attraction. Women tend to value status and confidence over physical attraction. Now, I'm not saying that isn't important, but where it stands on their top 10 list is very different. For the most part, women have more options than men, because men prioritize physical attraction, whereas women may do that, but at the same time, for long term, they don't actually do this. Doesn't mean look ugly or look like a slob. Take the best care of yourself. But let's reverse the roles. You're the top of the food chain. You have women throwing themselves at you all the time. Are you going to be loyal to your woman? Are you going to be the type of man that holds true to his word? Or are you only loyal because you don't have that many options? See, the reality is that when people, when given certain circumstances, are more likely to give in to temptation. So as a person, which one are you? The people in your life that you surround yourself with, including the woman by your side. What are they like? They're good questions to ask yourself. And don't be afraid to keep moving forward, finding the people that are right for you, building yourself into the right person that you.
You know what? To be honest, a woman don't even understand herself. Because think about it. She can't control her emotions, especially when she's maybe on her cycle or dealing with the hormones, having kids. So I believe a woman really don't know themselves. So that's why it's so hard and women get so frustrated for a man trying to figure out who they are because they really don't know who they are.
Well, wouldn't that hold them to a standard?
It should hold them to a standard.
Like, in other words, if women were understood, wouldn't that hold, like, all women to a standard?
Yes, but I still feel like we're all different in like many ways. Like, I can be crazy and she can be crazy, but we're different crazy.
Okay. If all women are so different, why do we have the expression know how to treat a woman? Wouldn't that imply that there's like a universal nature that all women exhibit?
Wow. Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's kind of fucked up.
Why are there some women on their periods capable of acting cool and calm at work?
Why women become hoes versus why men become hoes. So for men and women, a lot of times the reason that they'll start sleeping around is different. So women view sex differently than men view sex. For women, sex is more of an emotional thing, while for men, it is more of a physical thing. This is why it is generally more desirable to have a woman with a lower body count as opposed to a man with a lower body count. Generally, women are seen as desirable whenever they've had less sexual partners as opposed to men. So most of the times when women become hoes, it is because something has happened to them in their past that has been emotionally damaging to them. You know, maybe a rough breakup, maybe they were abused, and they never truly dealt with that. So in order to fill that void, they seek attention from males. So men, on the other hand, crave the feeling of power rather than emotional validation usually. So a lot of times this is why you see men who get cheated on, they start going to the gym a lot, they start trying to get big because they want to have that feeling of power that somebody.
Young kings, avoid pursuing a woman who thinks she's better than you. Even if you get her, you will never be able to keep this kind of woman happy nor sustain a realistic pace for the duration of the relationship. As your success level rises As you do better in life, this kind of woman will subconsciously or overtly resent you.
Men and women are damaged, and their identities are rooted in that damage. Women have simple.